Welcome to the Morphin grid. Sun's calling from the grid, it's time to fight. Alpha 5 is freaking out, aye tonight. The Theta Ranger, cosmic power in his hand, analyzing movies while defending the land. He's the geeky hero with a brain so strong, breaking down the lore while he's morphing along. From sci-fi to comics, he theorizes it all, but when monsters attack, he answers the call. From the Morphin grid, our power cosmic flows. Deep sword is rising up and Golem's going toe-to-toe. Swords watching through the glow, guiding him to fight. Welcome to the Morphin grid, where Ranger shines so bright. Where Theta's scheming, making monsters grow, but Theta's got his intellect, he's stealing the show. With his Thetazord stomping 20 stories tall, no putty patrol or sorcery can make him fall. He dissects tropes with his mighty mind, a warrior for nerds, one of a kind. But when the grid's in peril, he steps away, from analyzing trilogies to saving the day. Welcome to the Morphin grid, where power surges high. Theta Ranger takes a stand, no monster will get by. Hurry up, the Earth's under attack. Welcome to the Morphin grid, there's no turning back. Zed sends his beast, Boulder leads the charge, but Theta's bladed and wits leave him fully discharged. Cosmic energy flows from his Morphin coin. When chaos erupts, the Theta Ranger joins. The viewing globe reveals a city in flames, monsters growing bigger, but it's all the same. The sword comes alive and the battle is won. Theta Ranger's legacy has only just begun. To the Morphin grid, our power cosmic flows. The sword is rising up and Goldberg's going toe-to-toe. Swords watching through the glow, guiding him to fight. Welcome to the Morphin grid, where Ranger shines so bright. Now the grid's at peace for now, it seems. Theta Ranger scheming nerdy dreams, analyzing films, comic shows on the side, but he's always ready for the next grid ride. Welcome to the Morphin grid. Welcome to the Morphin grid. Theta Ranger, welcome home. Now the grid's at peace for now, it seems. Theta Ranger scheming nerdy dreams, analyzing films, comic shows on the side, but he's always ready for the next grid ride. Welcome to the Morphin grid. Welcome to the Morphin grid. Theta Ranger, welcome home.
Welcome to the Morphin grid, everybody. We got the famous Stark of Iron here.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say famous, but
I would say famous. I would definitely say famous.
I have a little following.
You have a good following, I'd say.
Yeah, quality over quantity, as they say. But yes, hello. The mic check 1 2. My mic sounds nice. 3 4. Epsilon Tango Zulu Mike. Yeah, no, you sound good. I don't know how I sound. I need to adjust this a little bit on the back ends in my free time, but we'll figure that out over some time. But today we're just going to be talking about Superman. Apparently James Gunn dropped a teaser trailer, and there's some news going on about that, so we're going to talk about that a little bit and just kind of chit chat a little bit before Tony's stream. He's going to be streaming in 2 hours, and we are going to raid him. I don't think there's anybody here to raid to help raid, but maybe they'll show up eventually. And so I think this is the first time that you're actually a guest on one of my streams. So we're going to give you the Bill Murray.
First time?
There you go. Thank you so much.
Is it my first time here? Because I think that I've tried to do this before, but of course the dreaded Ivan Ooze would fuck with your shit.
Yeah, that did happen. Yeah, and you saved the day, and we transferred it over to your channel. But as far as being on my channel, this I think is the first time that you've actually been a guest on on my channel. So I appreciate you coming here, and it's a pleasure as always to be a part of anything that you have to do with. You got a lot of talent, and as usual, it's just a pleasure. So thank you for being here.
I'm happy to be here.
Appreciate it, man. I sent out a few other links if anybody wanted to join, but they're probably busy today. It's a Monday, getting ready for Christmas and stuff like that. So I completely understand, but I wanted to talk about this anyway. It was kind of a hot topic. We were getting in on. Hey, hail our Madman 4. Thank you so much for being here. The music for the Superman teaser could end up being so. See, I was that's something that
they picked apart. They picked apart the John Williams score, which, as someone who has wrote a parody song to that tune, I'm a bit got mixed feelings about that. The reason why the John Williams score works so good is because he knows music.
But I think our Madman 4 is right, though, that the way this is done, it's done in a very subtle yet beautiful style, and it's, I mean, it gives homage to the Christopher Reeves Superman, which is going to be the classic live action Superman for eternity. I don't think that it's ever going to be beaten, because it's actually what started the entire superhero film concept. I mean, it was the first thing to really hit hit it out of the park. And Christopher Reeves is a legend. He will always be the Superman that started it all. And I think that going with this type of this music, this score, and we're going to get into like the Fortress of Solitude and stuff like that. I think that it could really be something good, but also it could really bomb. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat things. James Gunn has hey, what's up, Gunner? Thank you so much for showing up. Yeah, that's right. Thetazord and Stark of Iron. Best friends, chilling out, talking about Superman right before his stream. He's going to be streaming tonight, so we're going to be raiding right after this and going over there.
Dark Party has returned. Of the 2 live streams that I will have coming back, it's going to be the Stark Party with the Thirsty Thursday version on Thursdays, and the after parties and matinees after Doomcock. I'm still wanting to focus a lot on uploads and things of that nature, but everybody has done so much for me. It would be a crime. It would be a crime if I didn't start to, at the very least, honor everybody's love and get back out there and entertain a little. And
the crime would be if that we didn't step up to help you, because you've done so much for so many people, including myself. You have been the backbone that has helped fund so many people's hard times, and just taking people under your wing like myself. You have been such a blessing in so many people's lives. The curse would have been to not have these people that you have stood by and been the backbone for their support, to not step up and help you too. So we're blessed to be able to help you when we can.
I appreciate it. I really do. It means the world to me.
I speak for everybody, I think, when I say that we appreciate you just as much, man. So we love you. And I'm going to show everybody this little thing. I think that this is really cool. It's a very subtle little teaser poster. I really like the way that they did it. It's obviously him, it's Superman, Kal-El, Clark Kent, shooting up and, going into space or the sky, and just the way that the colors, it's almost like those the lights, the God beams, that type of essence. I think that they did a really beautiful job with this poster. Simple, subtle, and beautiful. Hey, what's up, Osaka Chandal? Yeah, and that's another thing too, is that it reminds me of Christopher Reeves. I think that
It's very simple. It's very Reeves-esque.
yeah, and I think that they're really trying to nail that feeling, because I think they realized with Man of Steel that they went too dark, they went too out of the lane of what Superman represents as a whole, and they tried to do the whole Batman thing with Superman, and that's not how Superman works. He is the Boy Scout. He is the positivity to the darkness of Batman, and he always needs to represent that. So I think that they're doing a good job with their promotion. I don't know what's going on with the actual movie. I did see Comic Relief Crusader posted a possible leaked teaser trailer. I don't know if we're allowed to post that. I don't know if I'm allowed to show that, but basically it's just Superman flying around, and it has Crypto and him and Superman on the moon looking down at Earth. It's really beautiful, but I don't understand why Crypto is in the film this early. Do you have any thoughts on that, Tony?
Yeah, and their thoughts of dread. This is something that I'm desensitized to, which is key jangling. I feel like a lot of the things that are currently going on right now with this teaser trailer is key jangling. It's saying, "Hey, remember this? Hey, remember that? Hey," it's member berry bait.
Yeah.
Now, it's not to say that James Gunn hasn't done amazing work. He has, but for better or worse, you got to understand that usually, more often than not, key jangling leads to a substandard product. They put all of their effort into drawing in the crowd, and you get stale bread. It's like the McDonald's effect. If you ever see a Big Mac, in an ad, it's a succulent, thick, full looking sandwich that's perfectly symmetrical and gorgeous and beautiful. But when you order it at Mickey D's, it's slapped together.
Yeah.
This is what we've had, is a lot of key jangling, and I'm afraid that because diehard fans would be like, why is Crypto in it so early? To me, there is no other reason than the advertisement saying, "Hey, remember Crypto? Hey, remember Reeves? Hey, remember Christopher Reeves? Look, check out this suit. Hey, remember John Williams? We cut up his score, but there's bits and pieces of his score in there. You could tell, right?
I remember.
So it's like that's my biggest concern with this.
I couldn't agree more. And the thing of the matter is that Crypto wasn't even introduced until the Superboy comics of the 1970s. He doesn't have really anything to do with Superman. He was in the Superboy comics, and then he was in the cartoon Super Friends and that type of stuff. He was never a big part of the actual Superman, like Krypton, Kal-El, that whole universe. He was never a part of that, especially in the films, especially in the Christopher Reeves films. I couldn't agree more with the key jangling type of thing. I think that they're trying to get animal lovers, which obviously I am an animal lover. I would have loved a super cat, but Crypto the dog is just, he's cool, but he doesn't have he doesn't have a place in this other than the key jangling like you're talking about. There is no place for him in this big feature-length film. What is he actually going to participate in this film other than being a sidekick to Superman? You know what I mean? And then I guess going into that, who are we hoping for as a villain? Like, are we going to go back to the basics with Lex Luthor? Are we going to do another Doomsday type of deal, like they did with Justice League? Are we going to get Metallo? Parasite, I mean, there's a lot of different villains that they could do, but the classics are always going to stick, especially when it comes to the dichotomy between Lex Luthor and Superman. A man that yearns to be God for the power, and then a man that basically is God and basically wants to serve the people, so it's the dichotomy of opposites with those two characters. And I think that it's like Joker and Batman in that way. They're two sides to the same coin, but are we going to go with the same thing that we've done all over? We've done with Gene Hackman and Kevin Spacey, or are we going to do something different? What do you think?
Well, it's going to be difficult to really try and get people back onto Lex Luthor. If I were to guess, based on like the concept art that came out earlier last year with the large object and the big beam,
Yeah,
firing over Metropolis, I'm leaning towards them probably introducing Brainiac.
Brainiac. I was thinking the same thing too. I was waiting for you to say it, because he's the one that has I forget the city on Krypton that he has in his container.
Yeah,
What was it?
in the collection.
Yeah, in his collection. I forgot what the city is called, but he has that in his collection, and that's the last remnants of Krypton, of Superman's home world. So I do think that would be a decent villain to introduce. But then again, we go back to what does Crypto have to do with that? Like, why can't you wait to introduce him till we establish the character of wait until we actually like Superman first and like the universe before we bring in side characters like that. I just think that it's kind of like you said, key jangling. It's just, oh, look at this. Isn't this cute? We got a little doggy for him. Don't pay attention to Superman so much because we're not going to do so much with the writing on him. We're just going to have him have a dog follow him around, and that will establish that he's a good boy. I mean, so.
Well, I think the market focus is obviously going to be towards younger audiences. Audiences that are now just turning 30. So the audiences that played like Injustice, those type of crowds, because more and more of us old fans are becoming less and less alive. I mean, I'm looking at this from a market research point of view, and they're going to appeal to a nostalgia effect for people that are just now turning 30. However, I honestly feel like that's going to risk the genuine article that is Superman. Superman has had so many writers over the years. He is by far the oldest superhero for a reason. He 80 plus, 90 plus years worth of writers that have come and gone.
Yeah.
And in each iteration of Superman and in each retcon or reset, there's a series of new parameters that has been established, regardless of what media he's been expressed in, whether it's comics, animation, movies, graphic novels. There's Superman anime out there. Superman Superman is a symbol of truth, justice, and the American way. He's supposed to represent all of our best potential.
Exactly.
And that's the reason why Lex Luthor is such a great antagonist for Superman, because Superman's story is about somebody who doesn't have a home, who's trying to make a home here, who's trying to learn the fallacies, the fragility of mankind. What is the human condition? And then you have somebody like Lex Luthor, who is literally the culmination, the combination, every bad trait that we have as people. He represents corporate greed, ambition, misuse of intelligence, selfishness, and
Narcissism.
the bad utilization of wealth. Like, he tries to put it on airs as being a philanthropist and, you know, an economist, and he has done a lot of things that, according to the media, have been really good for mankind. But there's always a catch that the media doesn't see, or the random journalist doesn't see. Lex Luthor always puts up a front and runs his corporation,
politician
like
type
mom.
of character.
Yeah, he's got a front end of the store and the real business behind it. And so Superman is supposed to be looking at us for a template of blending in and seeing the good in us, because that was his father's dying wish. Whereas
I'm glad you
Lex
brought up
literally everything bad about us. You know, like,
yeah. I'm glad you brought up Jonathan Kent and Martha, because I want to get into that in a little bit too. Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't agree more. Lex Luthor, I do think that Lex Luthor works best when he's a villain in the background, and he is like the he's the financial support behind the real enemy, or the manipulative support behind the real enemy. And I think that they could do something where Lex Luthor is in the movie, but he's not the main villain. He is the main villain in a sense that he's working with Brainiac, but Brainiac is obviously taking advantage of him. I think that there's a lot of possibilities that could go really well. It's all about if they focus on a good story, writing Superman and Lois Lane and all the characters in a very well written, descriptive way that we all can really get behind, and not just have that basic key jangling type of shit that we're all used to. And as long as they keep it 100% Superman and no propaganda, no woke shit, just have a Superman story that people love. Deadpool and Wolverine was a testament to people want characters that are going to represent the characters that they know from the comics, and they don't want to skew from that. They don't want people to mess with that, and if they do any type of shit like that, it's gonna fail. So they need to really look at Deadpool and Wolverine, why that worked so well, and use that as a template, not in like a one-to-one sense, but just in a template of, this is what the character always was and has been. Let's do that with Superman again. Let's make Superman great again, I mean, seriously.
Well, it's not that far from other circles of perspective, pop culture and political, respectively, the fact that because Superman is a symbol of the American way, and when your objective as a art-based director is to turn everybody in your team roster into Batman, ultimately that will fail. I'm talking about you, Mr. Snyder. Yes, you.
For sure.
Superman is not meant to be Batman. Wonder Woman is not meant to be Batman. Not everybody has to have the tragic, brooding, dark corner, sad, angst, anger bullshit that you did with your Justice League and with Man of Steel. Is no, the whole point of these characters are supposed to be superhuman. They're supposed to be out of the scope of the average person's capability for a reason, because they're symbols, because they're supposed to represent ideals, and what ideals they represent is based on what kind of hero or villain that they are. They're meant to be, parables, fables. They're not meant to be somebody who's just down all the time because literally the movie came out when everybody was literally, down all the fucking time and needed somebody to cry and relate to. No, absolutely not. These motherfuckers are supposed to be immortal.
Yeah,
immortal.
For sure. Yeah, and not only that, but the savior for, the template for he's the Christ figure in this universe. Like, he is what people strive to be. Like, he strives to be the perfect and he's not perfect all the time, but
no, the big blue Boy Scout concept is the reason why, Superman is ultimately interesting, but also ultimately boring at the same time.
yeah,
It's because he's supposed to be without flaw.
exactly.
The whole purpose of Superman is to be flawless. He is the solution when nobody else has a solution. On the Superman website, the official Superman website, the opening header is Superman is as strong as he needs to be. Any story that is about Superman that is worth its weight in salt isn't about his strength, his abilities, or what he can or can't do. It isn't about how many skyscrapers can be seen blowing up in one scene. It is about somebody who has the strength to do anything besides be human. He is an alien in a human world.
Yeah, it goes back to the whole idea that Clark Kent is the costume, where Superman is actually the real person, behind the costume. Like, it's completely backwards from every other superhero that I can think of right now, anyway. But he was definitely the first. He is Superman first and foremost, and second, he is Clark Kent trying to blend in and have a normal human life on this earth, trying to see what good really is. And I think that's a perfect segue to get into the Jonathan and Martha Kent thing. When Jonathan and Martha Kent found him, they were the perfect parents for him. And one thing that really upset me about Man of Steel was the way that they did Kevin Costner as Jonathan Kent. The way that they made him out to be this this guy that was almost seemed ashamed in a way of Superman, of Clark Kent. Like he was like, no, don't I do not want you to become what you are. Like, I'm going to keep you from doing that, to the point where I'm going to just go ahead and let myself die, and just let you sit there and watch and brood about it, so that we can get a dark movie. So I really think they really screwed up with that, and they need to do something better with the parents that Clark Kent had, because that's the entire reason why Clark Kent and Superman became the Boy Scout that he is in all media. He was raised the right way, with good moral values, with good parents that loved him, that taught him right from wrong, and taught him that he had the ability to do things that others don't, and he could make a difference in this world where others couldn't. And that's what I didn't like about Man of Steel, that I really hope that they do something better in this movie.
Well, Superman also represents hope.
Yeah.
So I guess it would be kind of low-hanging fruit to go, well, we're ever hopeful about the success of the show. But nobody else is going to take it. I will.
Yeah. And that's exactly right. Osaka-chan.
Back. Lowbrow humor incoming.
Hey, I got some lowbrow humor incoming. I got a... no, seriously, like, I got a mother box and a kryptonite dildo right here. So...
What?
let me show you real quick.
God.
It's not literally a dildo, but it looks like it. Let me go to the settings real quick. Oh.
Hey! Don't you be showing that stuff on there. Oh, there you went. Hey, well, hey, how's it going? I guess I'm left here by myself. He obviously, well, he left in a hurry. I guess that was his kryptonite. Know what I mean? Well, you know what they say. A little bite, a little something for lunch. Hey, come here. He's back.
Well, I'm gone. Oh, wait, hold on. What the fuck is going on? Why is
There's somebody drunkenly operating his system right now. Figure I'd let you know that. Man to man. You might have a little
all right,
little
never mind.
control room issue.
All right, never mind. Forget it. I have it, but it's not gonna work. So forget it. But anyway, I have
Doesn't
another.
like you.
Yeah, but yeah, in Kill Bill, Osaka Chandal, that it was Bill that said that. I don't know if he was the first one to say it, but he was definitely one to make it a prominent idea in media for the majority of people out there. But I'm going to read this article real quick by Collider. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. Marketing for James Gunn's first feature in the DC universe has rolled out, and while fans are expecting a trailer soon, the studio released the first poster for the film with David Corin Sweat. That's a weird name. Bringing hope to the universe with like sweaty balls with his iteration of Man of Steel. While the plot details are kept tightly under wraps, a synopsis has also been revealed to hype fans further. While the synopsis does not reveal too much about their story, why would it? Why would they give away all their eggs in one basket? It'll certainly please fans who are longing for a bright, hopeful iteration of the character after Zack Snyder's piece of shit. That's not actually in the article. And Henry Cavill's slightly darker iteration of the character. I think Henry Cavill could have been a great Superman if they wrote it right and made it right. But anyway, the synopsis reads, James Gunn takes on the original superhero in the newly imagined DC universe with a singular blend of epic action, humor, and heart. See, the humor parts I don't like. I don't think that Superman needs to be exceptionally humorous. I think it needs to be subtly
Maybe they're gonna make a villain a joke.
see, yeah, well, maybe
That's what happened last time, and you see what that you see
Maybe-
Lex Luthor the joke. Whenever they turn Lex Luthor into the Joker.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe Crypto is the like comic relief. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Oh, so they're going to go with the Scrappy Doo element, where
Yeah,
Crypto's
exactly.
going to be hated because he's going to be dropping cheesy one-liners.
Exactly. That's what it looks. That's
Leave
what.
the corn to people like Alastor and the Squid. We don't need the Super Dog joining the Corn Brigade.
See,
right?
it does. Yeah, I mean, it says epic action and humor and heart. Heart, I agree with. Epic action, I agree with. Humor is not something that should be in the three things that you're trying to describe a Superman movie. It should be the human experience or something like that. It should be something along those lines. Humor should be like way down, like top 20. Like it should be like in the top 20. It shouldn't be in the top three things that you're trying to describe a Superman movie.
Right.
So delivering a Superman who's driven by compassion and inherent belief in the goodness of humankind, which is all of them, but it's just the way that you do it. I mean, Man of Steel, he was driven by compassion and inherent belief in the goodness of humankind, but it was done in a dark, gritty way that just didn't flow with what Superman really was. So that's the actual synopsis. That's what's going around right now. There's nothing else, but I definitely think that there is something to it that could go right, but I am not putting all my eggs in this basket because James Gunn really can screw up things. I just hope that he brings the love that he did with Guardians of the Galaxy to it, and does something like original, but to the degree that we know the Blue Boy Scout,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm already over the whole Crypto thing, and like just seeing him once on the moon, that's enough for me. I hope that's all that's in the movie. Like I really hope that he's not a prominent, like I don't want to see Crypto come in the final battle and bite the villain's like ankle so that Superman can get, an advantage in the fight or something like that. And that's exactly the kind of shit that I can see actually happening. And it's kind of scary, but another part of this entire thing is the setting of everything. I want to see a world that is bright and hopeful, and I want to see a fortress of solitude in the vision that we got from the Christopher Reeves. I'm gonna pull that up real quick too. I think everybody has seen this image before, but it's something that we all need to keep in mind because this is the fortress of solitude. That is so simple yet beautiful and reminiscent of what Krypton was in the first place. What do you think?
Icy bits sticking out. It's simple polygon.
It's basically what even in Supergirl with what's that one beautiful girl from the 80s that played Supergirl? That's what Krypton looked like back then too. The technology was more organic through crystal technology and stuff like that. It wasn't all black and dark and dingy and all that stuff. I hated that about Man of Steel. I did like that Russell Crowe playing Jor-El, but other than that, I don't really like anything about what they did with the Council of Elves and all of that stuff on Krypton. I think that was really done in a very gritty way that really shouldn't have been done that way. Superman is a very hopeful, beautiful hero.
Yeah, he's perfect. Supposed to be perfect. He's Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. That's right. That's a wrestling joke if y'all don't get that, but I'm an old wrestling nerd from the 90s.
Well, Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the reason why I like calling Perfect Cell Mr. Perfect. It's the reference.
Yeah, I love that too. And I never knew you realized that, but yeah, that's Mr. Perfect was one of he was always a heel, so I never really got behind him.
He was one of the best heels.
Yeah, he was a good heel. He was really
up
good.
there with like the $6 Million Man and Ric Flair and
even Bret for a while. Yeah, the New World Order, all those old.
Well, that's WCW territory.
Yeah, but Kurt Hennig was in WCW for a while too.
Yeah, he was.
My favorite was always Sting, though. I always loved the Crow, so Sting was always like when he came back in the black.
I remember when Sting was more. He just had like threads on that was very similar to like Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. He just like Ultimate Warrior with that
red, white.
With
look.
Bleach blonde, flat top haircut and all that stuff, and then the New World Order came and Hulk Hogan turned his back on WCW and all that crap, and then all of a sudden I guess Sting, he had like 6 months off, and then after 6 months he came back, he grew his hair out and he was the new Sting, the dark, and he was badass, man, coming down with that bat from the rafters with that huge crow on his shoulder. Man, that was sick times. 1996 wrestling, the Wrestling Wars, Raw versus Nitro, those were some good times. But anyway, getting back to Superman, I would like to see a Krypton of this style. Doesn't have to be exactly like this. Yeah, Sting became that was his whole gimmick. He became the Crow wannabe. I wouldn't say wannabe, but it was just a style that he came back because it was popular at the time. I think that he had a love for Brandon Lee, and he wanted to do an homage to that character. And he wanted to, back then, like having the dark, brooding hero it was something that you didn't see very often. Like before Sting, it was always like the brightly colored heroes like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, all these people that came out, Ric Flair, and was Ric Flair a face at the time? I don't know. But anyway,
Ric Flair was a face. Ric Flair was out of the limelight, but he was always a face.
Okay. I forget. I know he was with the Four Horsemen, and I didn't know if they had been a heel for a while or if they were always faces.
Ric Flair never flipped between heel and hero.
Okay.
He was always the dirtiest player in the game.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Woo! The Nature Boy, the dirtiest player in the game.
Damn straight. Yeah. I loved wrestling back then. There were some exciting times. They had some good storylines that were going on, and especially when the NWO came, and then WWF was like, "Oh crap, they're actually beating us in the Monday Night Wars." Then they started bringing in DX and going a little bit more hardcore and stuff. Those were good times. Like they had some really good storylines where they would come in and to the different wrestling venues and stuff and try to pretend like they were actually breaking in and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, enough about that. I'm sure a lot of people aren't really here for they don't really care about wrestling too much except us. We can talk about that later. But in the chat, what are y'all thinking about this movie? Are y'all excited? Or do y'all think that it could be good? What are y'all's ambitions for this movie? And what do you
not to suck? I think that's the general consensus, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I would probably go that.
But we are approaching this with caution because we've seen this behavior before, and I cannot stress it enough. I gotta be the Eugene Siskel here. I gotta be the cynical, skeptical.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%. I'm trying to lean towards positivity because, like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it while we were on stream, but a lot of the media and art that I have come to find that has shaped my life have come from people that have done abhorrent things in their lives, or they're just terrible people, and that's not going to change how that art and media has shaped my life. So I'm not going to completely disown James Gunn. He's done some good things like Guardians of the Galaxy. He has talent. It's just all about if he uses his brain to make a good product and make a good Superman movie, writing a good Superman movie, rather than just forcing in propaganda and member berries, key dangling, all like Tony was saying and stuff like that. If we can get something like that, if we can get just a reminiscent idea of a Superman from the Christopher Reeves era, I think that it could be something that, especially now that the DC universe completely bombed. With Justice League, Man of Steel, Aquaman, Flash especially, man. Oh, poor, oh God, I hate that.
Baby in microwave.
Baby? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh man, don't remind me. Man, I'm sorry.
Tuned out after that.
I am so sorry, but I Ezra Miller is one of those guys where I don't respect him as a person or as an actor. I have not seen him in anything that I can say, oh, that was actually really good. Like he's done some things like, he did Fantastic Beasts, but he plays the same damn character every time. He's the exact same every time. He's just himself. He's not an actor. He just plays Ezra Miller in everything that he's in. So he's one of those guys. He's done some really abhorrent things. Apparently,
There's no such thing as typecasting when all anybody is hired for is to be themselves.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't understand why he even got the well, maybe it has something to do with Diddy parties and shit like that. But
Well, be careful what you say now.
I just said Diddy. I just said Diddy. You know, have
The term the diddler.
the diddler. Okay, we'll go with the diddler. I like that. I actually really like that.
Who knows the evil that lies in the hearts of very naughty celebrities? The
The
diddler.
diddler knows.
Sorry.
The diddler knows.
There you go. But I was going with the whole shadow thing, so
Yeah. Yeah, you should have been here a couple weeks ago. We were listening to a lot of the Shadow.
I know. Hey, I just because I wasn't active on the air.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Broadcast.
That's true. Yeah, we were having a lot of fun with those. And last night we had a lot of fun with a couple of scary stories too. We did we did one we did not Pit in the Pendulum. We did there's somebody calling upstairs or something. It was one of those, but it was like an old radio program that they turned into a Twilight Zone, and it was really cool. So if y'all are interested in that, I do that every Sunday. Come back to check that out. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about Superman, and hey, what's up, Lombardi? Thank you so much for showing up. I'm gonna take this time real quick to just let y'all know I'm going through a really, really rough time right now. If y'all can spare anything, even just $1 or $2, it would really help to get me through this time. And other than that, just sit back and enjoy. And I love you all so much. God bless and Merry Christmas. And now we'll continue the show. I hoped that Comic Relief Crusader and Appian, Spider-Man, Canadian Spider-Man would come by and throw their 2 cents in too, but I'm sure that they're busy. It's Monday afternoon, so it's all right. I'm sure we can think of some other stuff to talk about with Superman. What is your favorite iteration of Superman besides the Christopher Reeves version? Oh, I can go.
Probably Justice League Animated.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I think that was
line. My favorite line is, I feel like I'm living in a world made of cardboard. Always afraid to hurt something or someone. And now we have a rare opportunity where I can really cut loose and show you what I'm really made of.
Is that when he's fighting Doomsday?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. That was good, man. Yeah, that was a really well-written show.
Once they evacuated Metropolis, it's all clear.
Yeah, that was amazing. And there's actually some really good independent movies from DC, animated movies, Superman, Doomsday. There was one with the criminal from Earth 2 or something like that. It was like the Justice League, the evil Justice League with Owlman, Ultraman, and all that stuff. I think that was a really good one too, but that was more focused on Batman and Owlman. But everything about that was cool. They've done some really cool things with the animated versions of Superman. It's just a live action where they get their head up their ass and they try to put in all this extra nonsense that doesn't need to be there, or change the character in ways that just completely screws the character up the rear end. And yeah, I'm really hoping that stops now. Like you were talking about earlier today, the wokeness and all of that nonsense. I think the studios are finally seeing that it's not only not working, but it's losing a shit ton of money and fans and people are starting to see through the nonsense. And so I'm hoping that they'll actually start to put out some content that we like we were talking about with Deadpool and Wolverine. That was that was a brilliant move. What they did with that. I mean, bringing back Blade, bringing in Gambit, Elektra, having a finality for those characters, and X-23. Even though I hated the Juggernaut suits and all that from The Last Stand and this movie and stuff, having Juggernaut in there and
Crisis on Infinite Earths was awesome.
It was, yeah. That's where was that where
Earth, I think it was Earth 5's Crime Syndicate.
Yeah, the Crime Syndicate. That's right. Yeah, the Crime Syndicate. That was an awesome one. And there was one comic book series where I forgot who it was that got killed. Was it Booster Gold? Or I think it was Booster Gold, because he was a time traveler. And spoilers for I don't know if anybody reads comics and stuff, but he was shot in the head with a bullet from the future. So it turned like this whole series, this whole comic. I think it was like over 30 issues, and then you find out that it was Darkseid that shot this bullet from like 1,000 years in the future, because he knew that killing this Booster Gold in this one sense would would destroy the entirety of the Justice League. It was really pretty cool, like the way that it was. I didn't actually read the whole thing. I watched a video of Comics Explained, but it was really cool. I really enjoy watching those. Yeah, and Lombardi with Supergirl did die in the comic book version on Crisis on Infinite Earth. But she came back, and Supergirl died, and Flash, quote unquote, died, but really he just was evaporated and transported into the Speed Force, and then he eventually got brought out. But that's how comic books are, they find a way.
One of my favorite stories from JLA has to be whenever they got a hold of Supergirl's DNA, and they made she wasn't Power Girl, Galatea, I think it was. She was cloned.
Yeah.
She had that psychic link with like an entire army of Ultramen. Like that shit was pretty good. And she beat the ever living fuck out of her too, man. I was just like, oh my god! I was actually scared that Supergirl was gonna die when I first watched.
Oh, yeah, and there was also the Superboy Prime. I don't know if you ever heard of Superboy Prime, but he was a character that came from a different timeline, and Superman was basically teaching him how to I don't think he was raised by Martha and Jonathan Kent. So he kind of he was kind of like the Damian Wayne of the Superman. He had kind of an attitude and stuff like that, and he wanted the power. And what ended up happening is he went to the source wall, and he absorbed all the power, and he became like this. I mean, the most powerful Superman ever. And they had to get all these Supermen from all these different timelines to come and fight them. And I think even Darkseid had to come and help, and all sorts.
Darkseid had to. Let me just rewind.
Yeah.
Darkseid had to help.
Yeah.
Because Darkseid could only just help.
Yeah, because Superboy Prime was so powerful, he was going to destroy all of existence. He was like the end all be all, and they had to literally all gather together. Obviously, Darkseid had like an ulterior motive, but
about to say Darkseid
he wanted doesn't
help. Darkseid is usually a one-man solution.
Yeah. He wanted the power for himself, but knew that he couldn't defeat Superboy Prime. He was just too powerful. So he did have to assist the Justice League and the universal heroes and stuff like that. It was pretty crazy, and he ended up coming back like a couple times because he was so powerful. They ended up having to send him to the Phantom Zone, and yeah, he ended up breaking out. He was so powerful, he ended up breaking out of there eventually, and yeah. Look up Superboy Prime if you get a chance. He is a crazy character. He is insane. But yeah, there are so many good stories, and with Justice League Unlimited and the old, like when Batman the Animated Series came out, and then there was also the Superman show, the animated series that came out a little bit after that. They really did some cool things with Batman and Superman together on screen. I think there was one time where Batman dressed up as Superman and Superman dressed up as Batman because Lex Luthor had
I remember that movie. Yeah.
he had some green kryptonite, and so Batman went in there dressed as Superman, and Lex Luthor thought that like he was acting like he was losing his powers, and then Batman dressed as Superman just grabbed it and put it in a lead container, and then Superman flies in and beats the shit out of him. Basically, it was cool. Yeah. So there's lots of iterations of Superman that's good. They just need to stick with the stories and stick with the basic character of Superman and
It's
do it.
okay for a fictional character, especially something like a superhero, to be a character template.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to be relatable by being grim, dark, and sappy and being a sourpuss.
Exactly.
Okay? All right. That's one thing that I hope that changes, especially after January the 20th.
I couldn't agree more.
Is not everybody needs to be a sourpuss. Not everybody needs to have something so tragically wrong with their life that's out of their control.
Yeah.
That narrative that's not that. It may work for your Twilight films, but it doesn't work for superhero films. Okay, superheroes are meant to be examples.
Yeah,
Superheroes
exactly.
are meant to be outlandishly so far above the average human potential because they are meant to be icons to emulate. They're meant to be people to look up to.
Especially Superman.
Little boys looked up to Superman and He-Man, and G.I. Joe, and Optimus Prime. That last one, blasphemous as it is.
I heard. I'm gonna clip that and put it as a short. You saying that?
I swear by the Lord of Kaon himself, you will be squished first, fleshling.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, what's up, FKHC 2005?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, this is the donkey show, and we actually got a kryptonite donkey peenie. No, but seriously. Yeah, Osaka-chan doll's right. We need to stop having emo Superman.
Yeah, we need to stop having the Zack Snyder's biggest problem. I said it before, I'll say it again. Is he tried to make everybody Batman in his Justice League. Everybody had some grim, depressing bullshit going on.
Exactly. Every single one of them. Not one. I mean, there's Cyborg, there was Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
Cyborg's story is kind of sad. But Cyborg is about, his human element. You only have to look as far as like even just the Teen Titans animated to know that all Cyborg's biggest character trait is, even though he's mostly mechanical, he's still very human. He's still very emotionally charged, and he feels inadequate sometimes because he is a machine.
Yeah.
It feels like he's not good enough because he's a machine, even though he does better. my favorite episode of Teen Titans is one of my favorite Cyborg episode is Atlas.
I never watched
And over and over again, as he beat Psy down over and over again, he said, "I am the superior robot."
And he is. I mean,
and
he was.
and Cyborg ended up winning because he said, "You may be the superior robot, but I'm the superior man."
Oh, that's a good line.
It's my favorite Cyborg episode.
Well, and that just proves too that when you do the character right, you can make any character work. Like I was hearing about Plastic Man and how that somebody was in talks to play Plastic Man in a future, down the road. And any character, if they're done right, can be done, like it can be a good film. You just don't push all of your agenda into the movie. You stick to the characters' background and history. You don't skew from that, because the people that are going to go see that movie and tell all their friends about it are the fans that have been fans for the comics for for decades. So
Right.
you need to stick to that and not skew away from that, because trying to get new people to appreciate a character like Plastic Man, or even Superman, if you try to get a new generation to appreciate Superman by doing something completely different than everything that he was ever built up in your mind as a kid, because everybody knows Superman, everybody knows Batman, everybody knows Spider-Man, everybody knows all those big they should re-release Blank Man. Hell yeah. I couldn't agree more, Osaka Chandal. That I cannot tell you how many times I've watched Blank Man in my life. I love that movie so much. But yeah, they can do a good superhero movie with any character, as long as they stick to what the fans love about the character in the first place. And they just need to do that with Superman. And it gives me hope that they actually have this teaser poster right here. The costume is very reminiscent of Christopher Reeves. He looks a lot like Christopher Reeves. Even the Superman symbol is big, like the original, the 70s, 80s version. It's just, and it's very simple. Just look up Superman. It doesn't have to be like look up in the sky or anything like that. It's just look up. Like, and it's almost like a double meaning. Like, look up, Superman's up there, but look up because we're gonna be making history by doing what we know the fans have wanted. At least that's what I'm hoping in my mind. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic, so I can leave it at that. But I really hope that they do right by it.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure. And I couldn't agree more about Blank Man, and even Meteor Man. I was a fan of Meteor Man too. I don't know if y'all remember that one, but that was an old. I loved all the superhero movies that came out though, because I literally, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. I used to have in my closet, like if you would push the clothes to the side, I had on my wall a costume for crime fighting. I had my own costume. Like I wanted to be a superhero so bad when I was a kid. Like I had my own little layer in my closet, and I'd go in there and I'd sit and I'd have just my notebook, and I'd have like these popsicle sticks that I'd glue together and sharpen the edges, like, and make like ninja stars and size and all sorts of weapons like that. Man, I was such a
Well, if the Deadpool Christmas special is as good as the Guardians Christmas special was, then I have nothing to fear, because the Guardians Christmas special was fucking awesome.
I never saw that. I'll have to give that a look then. When did that come out? Was that before part 3?
That was last year.
Was it before or after part 3 came out? You don't know. I'll look it up. I'll check it out though.
Last year sometime. But
Are there any other talks of superhero movies or anything like that? I know. What was it? I think there was talks of a new Snake Plissken movie with Kurt Russell. I don't know if that's going to be happening, but I love Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. Man, those are two heavy hitters right there when it comes to writing and acting. That would be cool. Snake Plissken, John Burton from Big Trouble Little China, yeah, all that shit. The Thing, yeah. Great films. What's up, Sentai Ranger Donnie? Thank you so much for showing up. Great to have you. Battle Angel Alita 2? Huh.
Battle Angel Alita? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Trekyard's raid.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for raiding. God bless you, man.
Hail Trekyards.
Yeah, that we were talking about that earlier in the show, Sentai Ranger Donnie. We love the music. That's one thing that we've gotten from this, that we are, well, I don't want to speak for everybody, but a few of us have already said that we really like the subtlety, the softness, and the homage to the original, instead of trying to make a whole new theme song and everything. Everybody knows Christopher Reeves. They know that theme song. That is the heroic theme song of our generation. You know, when we think of heroic deeds, that automatically plays in our heads, you know? So they would have to go with something similar to that. The only thing that we're worried about is, like Tony said, the key dangling, the member berries, with Crypto the dog and stuff like that. So we were just hoping that they stick to the thing that makes Superman Superman. Let's see. Stark of Iron Thetazord, have you seen my latest vid? I even added a jazz ballad for you, Tony. Oh, she added a jazz ballad for you. I haven't gotten a chance to yet. It's
good. It's good.
I lost everything, so I've had a lot to deal with. I'm sorry. I'll check it out whenever I get a chance. Yeah, I'll go into that a little bit. So the client that I was working with, she basically ended our. We had a contract until October, and she texted me. She didn't even have the guts to call me to talk about it. She just texted me and basically just terminated the contract, even though I've increased her sales by a shit ton. And yeah,
you can say it 900%.
900 by 900%. I was getting her at least $500 more every single day. At her shop, at her antique shop, selling antiques, rustic ware, art, signed memorabilia, signed vinyl records, collectible figures, comic books. All that stuff I was selling for her. She has a bunch of graded comics that I was literally in the process of selling yesterday, and she made a huge mistake. And I'm sure she already texted me today. I didn't respond. I'm sure she's already really pissed with what happened, what she did. But that's the choice she and the guy that she's living with made, and whatever. So anyway, if y'all, like I said, happy holidays. If y'all have any spare change, if y'all could fill my cup up with a few pennies or dimes or nickels or something like that, it would really help my holiday to pay for some of my bills. But if not, just sit back and enjoy the show. And we are going to be raiding Tony in about 50 or 45 minutes or so. So, and then he's going to be doing his.
I will be entertaining, but I will also have a panel. So music requests are open. Obviously, the stream must pay for itself before we have karaoke.
Yes, exactly.
But I have returned.
Yep. And we are
therefore, the festivities can continue.
We are blessed to have you back, sir. Sometime I have been working really hard. I've been reading a bunch of books, trying to get my comedy game up, and been working on my vocals and stuff like that. So hopefully by next year I'll be somewhere where I can do something like that. Where if I get like a $100 during my stream, then we can do karaoke or something like that. But right now I'd be happy with $2. So that's all right. Go ahead, Osaka-chan. Go make your breakfast.
I had my breakfast earlier, bacon and eggs.
Ooh, that sounds good. I haven't eaten in 2 days.
Peace, freedom, and bacon and eggs. What more can an American ask for?
Hey, bacon and eggs.
Where will you be where the atomic bombs fall?
Bacon and eggs is the Superman of breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Sentai Ranger Donnie, you should come hang out.
Yeah, you want me to send you a link? Or you can hang out over at his place.
Yeah, my place. Come hang out in the chat. Request a song or two.
Yeah.
I already have the alcohol prepared. Alcohol that was like one of the last things I got when I left the house. This was like, oh shit. The liquor cabinet. Gutted the pantry, gutted the clothing, got as much nerdy shit that wasn't destroyed. Literally the last thing as I was heading out the door. Oh, right. I have an unopened bottle of Tullamore Dew that I've had for like a month. We're going to grab that.
Nice. Hell yeah, man. Hey, do you mind if I'm going to play this little this skit real quick?
Yeah, sure. Not get paid by the hour. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Run, Mono. You have a great power deep within you. There is much to do to unlock your potential. Together, we will be unstoppable.
Wait.
What?
You're evil.
No?
Yeah, no, you're evil. I just looked around, the vibe in here is evil as hell, bro.
That's just like the aesthetic.
No, not just the aesthetics, bro. Like, the fucking energy in here got dark. Like, dark.
Well, we're not evil. This is about, like, potential, you know, and bettering yourself.
Hey, you. Hey, be honest. Is this guy evil? Tell me, is this guy evil? That guy.
No comment.
Come on, you could tell me. Come on, he's evil, right?
Okay, fine. Yes, he's evil. He's a little evil.
Oh, yeah, so see, you're evil. You're evil, bro.
That's it. Consider your position as Royal Guard and your life terminated.
Wait, yeah, that was evil as hell, man. What you just said to him for what he did, punishment does not match the crime.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to HR.
Do not speak to HR.
Fuck you, I will.
Listen, I got some family issues, right? I have some invasive thoughts every now and then, but I don't act on them. I just deal with my shit, man. I thought this was like counseling, but you're trying to do evil shit, man. I'm out, man. Sorry, man. I'm out, man.
Do we have any other candidates?
I don't think so.
Shit.
I would be careful playing videos
think
for those guys.
Okay, I played it before and it didn't. They didn't.
Always. This is just. I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah.
Clip that I had gotten with the iron nets. I played it on my Tower After Hours interview with Snowdub.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a notification from YouTube saying that the copyright holder of this video would like to speak with you. So I talked to them and I said, is there something wrong? Because I added my own music and stuff. And he said, this is matching the content of my video. And I do license. So I asked him, I said, well, how much is it for a license fee? And he said, it's $15 per use. I said, okay. So I paid up every utterance that I used.
Okay.
Very, 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 very careful with content, especially those are big guys.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I asked you.
Big guys. That's
why I was asking you that time about the Star Trek Bohemian Rhapsody thing. I was asking Well, that's why I was asking you about it though, because I was asking like, how do you go about using those?
That was with permission I asked.
Oh, okay. Well, I never got an answer, so I didn't know. So
always get an answer. You'll fuck yourself if you don't.
Okay. Well, now I know. So
now another trick is if you don't get an answer, check to see if it's been re-uploaded before. And if you find 5 to 10 more re-uploads of the same content, it's fair game because the owner doesn't care if it's being used, or else they would have done something by then.
Okay. I have used it before in one of my streams. I haven't gotten a ding yet. So this is only the second time I've used it, so I'll make sure to do that. I just didn't know.
Says, hey, always when you're YouTube Studio, always check your copyright tab and see if there's any removal requests or anything of that nature. Always double check it.
Okay. Shut up and take my money.
There, I'll just send that to him. Oh man. Okay, cool. Well, now I know then. Yeah, because that's what I was wondering about a couple weeks ago. Because I wanted to have some, entertainment, throughout the.
I'm sure that Mike got the go ahead. I think you got the idea from Comic Relief Crusader with his cartoons that he gets from. I think he got permission.
Okay.
It was somebody that actually knew Flip City Mag, and was able to do it. So always double check, always ask.
Okay.
Because on one hand, a more lenient uploader or content creator will go, hey, that's free coverage. Just as long as you cite my name or leave my credits in it or my watermark, I don't care. Or but there are some creators out there that are really cutthroat, and you got to be very careful with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
all right.
I figured I'd let you know that before you get comfortable playing a clip over and over.
Yeah,
I'm getting yourself involved.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, yeah, but until that was the whole thing, is until I can get some of my own sketches, like the Dead Franchise Busters, which my camera isn't working right now. I don't know if I need to plug it in or something, but I got the patch for the costume. I'm gonna do like some live shots of me and my Ghostbusters or my Dead Franchise Buster, and so I got the patches, and I need to get a new flight suit. But the patch that I made, it looks really cool. I don't know. Here, actually, yeah. Do you want to see it real quick? Have I shown it to you?
What, the script?
No, the patch.
Yeah, you said.
Oh, I sent it to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Like I thought it was. It was like Ghostbusters enough that you could tell what the character is, but it's different enough to see that it's something a little different. So But yeah,
Mhm.
but as always,
Ah, yes. It's a lot like Star Trek: The Next Generation.
you know, we're always
Computer, run transformational matrix calculations.
always running.
Taking a note from Jill with the Trek clips, huh?
Oh, of course. I got plenty. I got Transformers. I got me some Ghostbusters. Got me some Power Rangers. I got a little bit of everything in here. Got some Simpsons, Futurama. Yeah. So I'm building it up, and then I got my big ones. I got my my intermission type of things. I think you've seen. Yeah.
That's the dating game, but you know.
You've seen this one. I'm not going to play it all.
Now for a taste of things to come.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
So I have that one, and I have a few others. I have the endings to, because that's a role playing game. I'm really trying to get that going. We did like a dry run of it, and they actually saved the Earth, so they got the good ending, and I put together. Yeah, they got the good ending where Earth is saved. So at the end we saved the Earth, and I played the song with the video and everything. So I put those together. I do need to put more monster stuff together so that we can do like a real like role playing scenario where like the monster comes down and there's explosions and stuff like that. I do have like sound effects for and some
yes, like you took some inspiration from Mr. Perfect here.
Oh, this one just came with my mixer. I just found it. It was yeah. So
you don't mind if I just get comfortable here?
I need that. I need to get that. That would be an amazing one to have. I need to do that. Right now, all I have is my communicator. I have this Star Trek, and
always have a rim shot.
Exactly, I had to have
always have a rim shot, and then I have several laugh tracks. That way, I can just keep it organic, and it's not the same laugh track all the time. You know?
See, I need
the Dan Schneider cuts.
That's a good one. We need some different stuff. Now we have the one that came with this, which is this one. And then I have this applause. This applause one cuts off, though. I don't like it. See, it just like cuts off at the end.
And of course, you got then you get into like things like this, just like
Got some signs. Oh, Eric Andre, gotta have Eric Andre. That's beautiful. Right. I gotta upgrade my audio mixer so I can actually cut it. Oh, more you know. What? That's not the more you know. That's like
that's the Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow. That's right.
Reading Rainbow transition. Yep.
Nice. That's beautiful. That's all. See, I need to do shit like that. I need to take a cue from that and have my own. Yeah, that's awesome. I got some fighting ones though. I gotta. Yeah, I'll figure it out though.
Or I do plan on bringing John in. Commander,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Apologizing. I am done being persecuted for my strength.
Speaking of Superman,
should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, how many custom buttons do you have?
A fuck ton.
So good!
I'm the real hero.
Can you send me a link to like the audio that you have?
I would have to build a folder and send it to you.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's how many I have. I would have to build a folder.
So it's not something that you customize on your audio mixer. It's just through your
Stuff that I have found and uploaded. Yes.
Okay, I have a folder full of those too. I haven't figured out how to like incorporate them properly. I guess I have a lot of them because I downloaded a lot of them when I bought the voice or I don't know. It was one subscription that I had to get a bunch of sound effects, and I downloaded like a shit ton. But there's probably a lot of them that I needed to get that I forgot. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate all that advice. Oh man,
Problemo is what I do.
I know. I appreciate it, man. Are you so the place you're staying at, do you have your own room now? Like,
And the irony is I'm paying $25 less, and the room that I'm staying in is about as big as my old place minus its bedroom. So my living room and my kitchen and my bathroom could all fit in this space.
Oh, cool.
There's plenty of room for old Bessie here.
Your studio and all that.
It's a bit tight right now because everything is still out and whatnot, but we're getting it slowly but surely.
Cool, man. I'm really happy, man. Like, I know you're not exactly where you want to be, but I'm just glad that you're safe and you have a place to stay and you have food. You know, that was so, like, when I was on that stream with Jill and you texted, you messaged that, man, I went to work. Like, we got Max on it and we all just, tried to do as much as we could as soon as possible because I felt for you so bad, man. Like, I'm just so glad that you're finally at least in a place where you can start to do what you love again. Yeah. Well, I guess. Whoopsie-doo.
Good job.
Do you actually have like a button that you're playing while you're actually doing the voice of another?
Oh yeah, check it out. Hey Davis, that's pretty cool, yeah. Oh yeah. That's really cool. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Those boys need to shut the hell up, damn it. Check it out. Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant, man. That's cool.
It's the simple solutions that lead to the best results.
That's awesome. I'm trying to come up with some of my own characters, but I haven't perfected them yet. Man, I'm sure. What do you suggest, Tony? Should I focus on one thing and try to perfect it?
I'm the worst person to ask for this because I'm all over the place.
Yeah, because that's how I work too.
I've just been all over the place a lot longer.
Yeah, that's just how I work too. Like I
There you go.
There you
go.
There
you go. Right there.
Dude. Just give Gunner some nukes. Yeah. Gunner, thank you.
I got a nuke for you.
We got the
It's all over, but the crying, trying to forget about you. It's all over, but the dying, the radioactive fallout here for you. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. The radio fallout is here for you too.
Oh, don't get me started. We'll do this. How about that one?
Thank you so much, Gunner. That's awesome. of you.
Pay off the nuclear sirens. Here we go. I had some Taco Bell.
Oh my god, man.
Did you miss me? I missed me too.
I missed you, Suzanne. That's for sure. Thank you so much.
Suzanne. How you doing, sweet pea?
Yeah, I'm so blessed to have you here. Thank you so much for showing up, Gunner. Man, thank you so much. You're always such a pleasure. Hey, has anybody heard from Casey yet?
I sent him a message today. Not no response.
Do sent him a message too, but I haven't heard anything back. So I'm worried about him. We prayed for him last night, but if y'all do hear anything, again, I'm just gonna say, please let me know that you heard from him, that he's all right. That's all I want to know. I just want to know he's all right. So, but yeah, man, it's been a hell of a weekend, and all I can say is praise God that this happened now. This I'm just glad that I didn't get the apartment and then she pulled this shit, and I'd be under lease and screw up my credit and all that shit. Like, yeah. So I'm blessed that she did this at this time instead of waiting until all that.
What if she's trying to contact you to try and make amends?
I think she is, but I don't know if I want to work for her. If she's going to be,
You might want to pony up to it until you can find something better. It's not an ideal situation, but then again, neither's mine.
But yeah,
I'm just going to knuckle down and then make a sacrifice until you can find something better.
Right now,
don't let yourself off just yet.
Right now, she's still pulling the card that she's acting like she's messaging I should be gracious that she's messaging me back at all. And so I'm going to wait until she realizes that she has like $10,000 worth of comic books that she has no idea how to sell. And I mean, I could take down her website without any repercussions because she's ended she's terminated everything. I already took down her social media on Facebook, which was getting her a ton of customers. So everything is in my corner. She's acting like it isn't, and I think she's waiting for me to do exactly what you're saying. And I will contact her back, but I'm going to let her stew in this for a little bit. I'm going to let her stew in it and just think about what happened and why it happened, and realize that I've been nothing but good to her and her business, and hopefully she'll start to treat me with a little more respect, because as a freelancer, I'm not her employee. I am, like, she is my client and we work together to better her business. I'm not somebody for her to talk down to. And that's the one thing that I really dislike when people do. I could care less if you talk shit about me. I always say it. Nobody can make me feel worse than I make myself feel about myself. But the one thing that I really hate is talking down to me, with, like, especially when I've been so good to you. And I just can't take it. So when somebody tries to boss me around or tries to push me around and stuff like that, I'm not taking it. You know, like you can call me whatever you want. You can talk about me behind your back or whatever. But if you're going to try to boss me around and act like you're better than me, and I'm just going to cave to whatever you say, that's the line that I'm just going to say. I'm not going to take that. So I'm going to let her stew in this for a little bit. And when I see that she's actually feeling the repercussions and maybe feels a little bit guilty about what she did, then I'll respond. Because at this point, if I respond, she's just going to treat me like like I'm just a pet dog that just came back after not getting fed for the night, you know? So I don't know. Hey, what's up, Comic Relief Crusader? We're about to end this in about 20 minutes, and then we're going to raid Tony. Tony, whenever you need to go get your stuff started, let me know. And you know, we can just hang out here for a little bit until you get yours started, and then we'll raid you over there. So don't feel like you need to stay here.
It'll be at 7. I do have to go to the facilities first here in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be in like 20 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your stream will be starting in like 20 minutes, right?
22 minutes, yeah. I don't want to be late this time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying is, like, if you need to go a little bit early to get everything ready to go, feel like there's no worries. Feel free. We can just chill here, and then when you start, we'll raid. We'll get all 4 or 5 of these people over there, and we'll make a party.
It's a party. This community is one big party. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's one big family, and that's what I mean. It's a blessing, especially when you don't have a family to go back to, and you find a family in this community. It's beautiful. So, God bless you all. Comic Relief Crusader, do you want to come on stream for a little bit and say something about Superman? We got 22 minutes, 21 minutes. I sent you a link if you want to come on here real quick and just tell us your thoughts. We kind of went through the Fortress of Solitude, the villain that might be in it, how we feel about Crypto and the member berries and the key dangling of having a dog, you know, when there really shouldn't be one in this film. Krypton, the whole dark feel of Man of Steel, and how this needs to be more of a feel of hope and brightness. That you got. Okay, you can't. Okay, I understand. I appreciate you being here, though. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we kind of just went over all that. Jonathan and Martha Kent. I don't think I talked about this specifically, but the one thing that I really hated in Man of Steel is how Jonathan Kent just made Clark sit in there while he just Clark could have split out there real quick without anybody seeing him, saved his dad without them seeing a thing in that tornado, in that storm. And they did it obviously because they wanted some dark and brooding hero to be like, my daddy died because I couldn't save him because he said no, don't do it. I mean, it's so pathetic. I really hated that aspect of it. I think that Kevin Costner is a great actor too. I just think that the writing just wasn't there.
I don't know. There's been some movies starring Costner that have been...
Well, Waterworld, I mean, obviously. I mean, there are
Waterworld,
movies.
The Postman. I mean, not every movie was dances, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, there was, but it's like we were talking about. Not every movie is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 1 either.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but I mean, he was great in. I liked him in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I liked him in Dances with Wolves. Obviously, there's a couple others. I can't think of them right now, but he's been in a lot of movies that I was really kind of into. I thought he did really well in. He has a unique sensibility in his acting. Like he's an everyman type of character, and I really like that about him. He's not like overly exaggerated and flamboyant. He's a very Mel Gibson-y type of actor where it's like he could play a little bit. Well, I guess Mel Gibson's a little more silly. He can be a little more silly, but Kevin Costner's more of like your everyman. And yeah, I think
Kevin Costner, I wouldn't call him an everyman. I would call him that guy. He's a that guy.
That guy. Yeah, I guess that's kind of appropriate.
One of my favorite anime antagonists was from this anime called Excel Saga. And the dude in the white suit was simply known as that guy. That was his name. First name that, last name guy. Yeah. Watch out, it's that guy, as he's like kidnapping,
Well, it's Max Redstone. Finally come. Yeah. What anime is that?
Excel Saga. The whole thing is basically the South Park of anime. At least it was in the early 2000s.
That's hilarious. That sounds funny. It's like that episode where they pretended that they were ninjas and it all went into like anime style, and they threw that ninja star into Butter's eye when he was like the the Commander Chaos or whatever. Oh, that's awesome. Curio Sensei. Hey, I thought you were Super Adulation Man, Max Redstone. I thought that was your superhero character. That's what we were going with, unless you're going to switch characters all of a sudden, which we can do that. But he was going to be Super Adulation Man to save the Earth and make everybody excited in a sense. I am Super Adulation Man when the planet is at stake. Oh man, I wish I could get that. Oh, Suzanne! Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. You got this, my boy. You're going to be great. Love you too, Suzanne. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. She that's her superhero identity as well. She's Mama Bear.
Did somebody say planet being at stake? Oh, son of a bitch.
Exactly. Yeah, we can get the Zed going.
Where are the Earthlings that the incompetent Rito Repulso was unable to defeat? You dare call yourself an Empress of Evil? You are not fit to destroy a cockroach!
I have always said that, my lord.
You have made me very angry. So, poor old Zordon is still around, eh?
Of course.
You simpering fool. And now to energize them.
All the putties with their boners.
Yeah. You like the boners, huh?
Yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was Lord Zed in his heyday. Nowadays, he drives a Winnebago and argues with his wife, Rita Repulsa, on the surface of the fucking moon.
No, actually, in Cosmic Fury, he's now Master Zed. He's been given an upgrade, and actually, he looks pretty damn fucking cool, man. I'm gonna add him.
I kind of liked it when he was, just.
Yeah, I know. I did too. And
that fucking camper.
Yeah, exactly. I love that too. Yeah, dude, Super Sentai Ranger Donnie. It's great being just like I love being a turtle. I love being a Power Ranger. Nothing could make me happier. I am so blessed to be a Power Ranger. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, my #1 streaming show of 2023, referring to Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. See, even he knows. What do you think about? I love being a Ninja Turtles fan as well. Back in the 90s, when the original Ninja Turtles movie came out, that was killer. That was a movie that needed to be dark as well. That was an amazing movie, the way it was shot. I mean, everything about it. Kevin Eastman, the way that they wrote the comic book and everything, it was just brilliant. And the way that they translated that to film was perfect. Raphael and Casey Jones and everybody, Splinter, Orokusaki, Hamata Yoshi. I mean, God, I love it so much. God, I love being a turtle.
It's the Super Shredder. Brr, flexes.
Oh, while we're on that topic of Super Shredder, Sentai Ranger Donnie, what did you think of Master Zed? Is that what he was called when he got that like massive power upgrade in Cosmic Fury? He looked badass, right?
I don't know. I'm an old schooler. I never really got in any Rangers outside of.
I only got into him
Morphin.
because of Morphin though. Like if it was any other character, I probably wouldn't have cared too much. But because Zed came back, and it's just like when Tommy came back for Dino Thunder, and he became the mentor and the Black Ranger eventually. I cared then because it was Tommy. Tommy's like he was my idol. Like I have like an entire
I like Lord Draken.
Lord Draken.
Lord Draken now. I could tolerate all the other Ranger IPs simply because of the threat Lord Draken posed on the grid.
Yeah, the Boom Studios comics with Lord Draken, Shattered Grid. I have all of those comics. That was a comic series for the ages. That one and
Looked how his versus Kimberly was like on his side all the way up to almost the end of it.
Yeah, it was
like because they were together. And
exactly.
She kept just telling herself, "Oh, he'll change. He's doing the right thing." Only for him to like go fucking insane.
Well, and Kimberly became what was it, the Ranger Slayer or something like that?
Yeah,
she was awesome. Like they did a lot of cool stuff with Kimberly's character. And when I played Rita's Rewind on stream, Kimberly Ann Hart from from Doomcock streams and stuff like that. She actually came on while I was playing the Pink Ranger. She was like, "Hell yeah!" Like she was really
somebody's a fan.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like
everybody's favorite resident of Apple Grove cheering you on.
Yeah, Angel Grove, not Apple.
Angel Grove, not Apple Grove. What am I thinking Apple Grove from? I don't know.
Apples
but anyway,
yeah, if you need to go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
All right, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Here's the link to the program.
Yeah, we're going to raid you here.
There really isn't a program schedule with these things. It's just a party.
Yeah. All right. We'll hang out here for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to raid you.
All right, folks.
Thank you for stopping by. God bless you, man. I appreciate you stopping by and helping this party going.
You bet.
All right. See you in a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank y'all for being here and listening to the Superman lore and our favorite Superman moments and what we think about this upcoming Superman movie. Hey, what's up, Puddle Jumper? You're just in time to raid Stark of Iron. We're about to do that in about 10 minutes. We're ending the stream, but we did get a chance to talk about the Superman movie and all that stuff. The article that was written, the post that was written about what the synopsis of the movie is going to be about. We talked about what the entire setting is going to be like, and if it's going to be like a dark, gritty type of movie, or if they're actually going to go with like an old school Christopher Reeves hopeful, bright universe. If Krypton's going to look like, which should from the old Christopher Reeves movies, why Krypton is in it, or Crypto the dog is in it, and all that stuff. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 1999 movie is among honorable mention superhero movies of all time. I completely agree. I have no qualms about that. It would definitely be in my top 5. My number 1, Superman the movie from 1978. My number 2, 1989 Batman movie. My number 3, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. All brilliant picks, man. Those are brilliant picks. I love it. I completely agree too that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is in my top 5 for sure. Batman, I don't know. See, I would probably put Batman before Superman for me, but I think Mighty Morphin is where it needs to be for me. It's more nostalgia, you know. It wasn't the most well written movie, and I didn't like how it didn't connect to the TV show, how they had to do a whole new thing. I wish they would have done what they did in the TV show in the movie. I wish that they would have had Ninjor in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. I wish Ninjor would have been the one to give them the ninja coins or the ninja powers. I think that would have been awesome. Ninjor is one of my favorite characters of all time in the Power Ranger universe. And yeah, I remember in 1989 I got the Batman like a Batman logo t-shirt, and I was so hyped for that movie. I went and saw it with my mom and her husband at the time. That day, like the day it came out, we went and got our picture taken with our Batman shirts. It was a huge deal. So that movie will always play a huge role in my life. Batman was the reason I wanted to be a superhero in my childhood. Of course, great minds think alike. I love Ninjor too. See, there's no way you can't love Ninjor. Ninjor! I am Ninjor! That voice and everything, and he just, the way that he turns into that battle mode, man, he's a badass. Yeah. I'm so glad that that he was in the TV show, but I wish they would have done that in the movie. And I wish that they would have used the suits from the movie in the TV show, so kind of a back and forth. Because those movie suits, those were sick, man, especially the White Rangers. I think that the other Rangers' helmets were a little misshapen a little bit. I think the original helmets were a little more smooth and looked better. But Tommy's, the White Rangers, his suit was perfect. I mean, it's like that they put all their money and effort into that suit because it just looked bomb. It was so sick. I was so happy to. I mean, I saw that thing in theaters 3 times. I saw Turbo in theaters once, but it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't like Turbo. I mean, I liked it because Tommy's in it, but by that time, Austin St. John and Kimberly, Amy Jo Johnson, they came back and they were only side characters. Like, I don't know. I would have liked to see the original team do another Mighty Morphin movie. Turbo just wasn't my jam. I didn't like the Zords. I don't know. There was just something about it that just seemed very Sentai or Power Ranger to me. It focused too much on like cars, and yeah, we all drive cars. Well, we can all drive cars. So yeah, but I guess it's about that time. We're going to go ahead and end the stream now, and by the time this music video is over, Tony should be starting his stream. So thank you all so much for coming by. I love all of you so much. It's a blessing to have you in the family. Y'all are all Rangers in my heart, and I will fight with you any day of the week. May the power protect you all. I'll see you over at Stark of Iron's channel.
Watching wheels bullets reach truth in his eyes. He doesn't do comments to show, so he knows the Theta Ranger morphs knowledge overflows. comic panels, pages web of untold tales with wisdom and power, never ever